Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about something that might not seem immediately alarming but carries profound psychological implications: the trend of abandoning cash altogether in favor of credit and debit cards. While I'm not here to demonize technology or progress, it is crucial to examine the psychological distortions this shift introduces and how it can subtly bias us into behaviors that may not serve our best interests. First, let's address how paying with cards can affect our perception of spending. Studies show that people tend to spend more impetuously when using cards compared to cash. Why? Because the physical act of handing over cash, a tangible and finite resource, creates a moment of hesitation. You feel the loss. Conversely, with cards, the transaction is almost abstract. You swipe or tap, and voila, the payment is done. For the uninitiated, this process might feel convenient, even empowering, but make no mistake, it biases you toward overspending. Another issue is how this system influences our ability to budget effectively. When you fumble with cash, you are constantly reminded of your financial limits. You adjust yourself to your remaining bills and coins, consciously managing your resources. But with cards, especially when linked to overdraft protection or buy now, pay later schemes, it becomes conceivable to lose track of what you're spending. The result? A cycle of debt that can feel insurmountable to escape. Now let's talk about the role of psychological security. Cash, in its tactile form, carries a sense of reliability. It feels trustworthy. It's yours here and now. In contrast, electronic transactions require trust in third parties, banks, apps, and service providers. While many of these entities are indeed reliable, not all of them are immune to failures or subversive practices. The gullible consumer may fall prey to scams or unethical financial policies. Opting out of cash entirely leaves us vulnerable to these risks. There's also a deeper, more subversive issue at play here: the gradual erosion of our autonomy. Cash is democratic, it works the same for everyone, requires no intermediaries, and is universally accepted. But with cards, we enter a system of control that can exclude the marginalized or those who, for various reasons, cannot access banking services. By embracing a cashless society without question, we risk creating an economic divide that may, from scratch, marginalize entire populations. Finally, there's the cultural and psychological value of cash. For centuries, humans have used physical currency as a means of exchange. It's symbolic, meaningful, and carries historical weight. To declare cash obsolete is to abandon a piece of our collective identity without fully understanding the consequences. So, what's the solution? I'm not suggesting we launch a campaign against digital payments. Far from it, technology has its place, but we need to balance our payment methods to avoid falling into these psychological traps. Use cards where they make sense: online shopping, large purchases, or situations where cash isn't feasible. But for day-to-day transactions, consider sticking with cash. This approach keeps you grounded in the reality of your spending, reinforces financial discipline, and ensures that you don't lose touch with the tangible value of money. Let's not forget, the key is awareness. By recognizing the psychological biases at play, we can adjust ourselves to this changing landscape without abandoning our autonomy, security, or self-control. Thank you.